Now, the White House is coming out saying that they think the culprit of the weekend attack on Saudi Arabia's oil reserves is Iran, and it has shared that intelligence with the oil-producing country. Now, according to reports, Saudi Arabia had asked the UN to determine who was responsible for the attacks, and of course, oil is down this morning. Look at this, down about 5%. We've got oil man Jared Blikre at our touch screen to give us the latest. Jared, what do you see going on here? Yesterday we were discussing just how much the fallout from the weekend attack will impact markets.
Well, exactly. That's a big question right now. And right now, it looks like yesterday was a little bit of an overreaction to the upside in markets. These are all the major oil companies, as well as some of the smaller players who were affected by this. Yesterday, this was bright green. These guys were up 2-3% in terms of Exxon and Chevron. And then some of the smaller players, the shale players like Continental Resources, which is down 10% right now, was up 15% yesterday. So big reversal here. And so there's a lot of discussion. How long is it going to take for this Saudi production to come back online? Well, the Saudis are delaying some of their shipments in October. That suggests that at least for some of the production, this could be a multi-month process. Even if they were able to get, let's say, half back online fairly quickly within the next couple weeks, that would still leave kind of a tight situation for the rest of the world. We do have excess supply, and we have tons of reserves from the United States to China to Saudi Arabia itself. They have an entire 26-day supply, so we're going to be covered. But again, we don't want this to escalate, and we saw some escalation yesterday afternoon. If we were to get another attack, if the Straits of Hormuz were to be shut down, we would see another ramp up in energy prices here. Now, a little bit of good news. If we look at the travel sector, especially the airlines, lots of green. They are rebounding from some pretty sharp losses yesterday. American Airlines up 5%, JetBlue up 1%, and some of the Caribbean cruise lines are bouncing back as well. We have Caribbean and Royal each up 0.8%, and just nominally for Royal about 12 basis points there.
Well, Jared, you called the reaction yesterday in oil prices an overreaction, and I think that's a great way to put it. I'd love for you to expand on that, because you had strategists come out yesterday and say we're in a new bull market for oil, which seems silly because, I mean, everyone knows that fossil fuels are on the decline, and even putting that aside, we know that Saudi Arabia is not the oil producer it once was. The U.S. Has sort of taken that lead.
Exactly. It's clear that risk was mispriced. In other words, the price of oil was not reflecting geopolitical risk. Market participants had gotten too complacent, so oil needed to go up. And here we're seeing it at $60.12, down 5%. Let's take a look at a chart, and we'll go to 2 days so we can see what happened yesterday as well. So here we have this big spike up, and let's actually go to 5 days. I think this will give us a better perspective. So here we have this big spike up, and then again, that second leg in the afternoon. And then just showing that it might have been a little bit of an overreaction, we're down to about the $60 price level. Now, oil had been somewhat depressed around $52 to $57 for some time. So I think a $5 increase is somewhat reasonable for this, but it's also impacting gasoline prices. And I think we have to deal with the fact that there's probably going to be about 15 cents higher prices at the pump for some time, maybe months.
All right, we'll check back in with you soon. I'm sure that this story is not going away. Jared, thanks for the oil insight. Appreciate it.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.